What's up everyone? Alex here. It's been quite a while since Anthem's early launch, and more than a week since its real launch. And if that sentence just confused you, well, you're not the only one. Anthem has suffered much ire from both the media and the general public, and in this video, I'd like to share my experience with the game thus far. Prior to making this video, I found myself questioning whether or not I truly enjoyed Anthem, thanks to the plethora of negative attention the game was getting. Was I enjoying Anthem because I just wanted to be contrarian for the sake of being contrarian? Before we dive into this, I want to make something absolutely clear. This video is not a plea for people to change their mind about the game, nor is it a plea for people to buy the game. My reason for making this video is a rather personal one. Last year, my best friend Chris passed away. Chris was a huge BioWare fan, and despite a plethora of loot shooters releasing over the next year, he and I were looking forward to playing Anthem together. But beyond being a BioWare fan, Chris found enjoyment in everything, despite critical acclaim or disdain. I always joked about how he was one of the few people who watched the board game turned movie based on Battleship, but he would just laugh it off and always say that he had a good time. And you can tell he did too. It is through his spirit that I wanted to share my thoughts about Anthem, for this video is dedicated to his memory. While I've yet to reach the max level on Anthem, I've experienced enough of the game's ups and downs to tell you that I'm still enjoying it despite my frustrations. I won't lie and tell you that the challenges of the Legionnaire's checklist of objectives didn't break my spirit. Grinding through these 12 objectives forced me to stop playing the game for several hours, only to pick it back up out of sheer stubbornness. The stubbornness came from remembering one of the reasons why I liked playing the game.
So many things you are doing. Wonderful.
I actually genuinely liked the characters in Fort Tarsis a lot. From the militant custodian slash janitor Perndell.
A mechanic tripped in the forge area yesterday and broke her thumb. That accident was 100% preventable.
Or your trusty Cypher Owen.
There's nothing wrong with the chair, is there?
No.
Why are you always stirring up trouble?
What are you talking about? I've just done her a massive favor.
It felt to me that giving up on the game would prevent me from meeting up with them again. It's similar to the feeling of undertaking a difficult mission, then coming home after a successful run and sharing your stories with your friends, and Anthem accomplishes this by regularly rewarding you with new conversations after each mission. And while the main dialogues you have with these characters might not have any lasting effect in the main story, these conversations, in their own way, help players understand the society and events happening in the world of Anthem. Are these conversations better than previous BioWare games? That's difficult to say, but the occasional injection of humor and levity is a BioWare trait that is ever present thanks to Anthem's many NPCs, one that I wish was more present in other games within the genre.
If I ever get into a jam, I know who I'll come to for help.
Some of the NPCs you meet are present in Anthem's main story, and having played a good amount of it, I didn't really see how unoriginal the story was, nor found it to be boring. The clever use of the opening tutorial mission as a flashback sequence, with the campaign bringing more relevance to my and others' involvement in it, is an interesting vehicle to provide context to the current goings-on in the world. And while there's plenty of things that I added to my Cortex, the game's lore book, early on, I actually understood the story without reading any of the important entries. It's always a bit jarring to hear concepts like ciphers, javelins, and Heart of Rage thrown about as though you should understand it, but I liken it to attending a language class in school, where they'll just start speaking in tongues until you understand the context of what they have to say. I don't really want to spoil the story, but let's just say that something big happened for me in Anthem that made me even more invested in it. And after having played Destiny, Destiny 2, and The Division before it, I can safely say that I actually am really enjoying the story of Anthem, more than any of the aforementioned games. I just wish that it didn't have the grindy, free-play main story quests. Mission variety being low aside, the combat in Anthem is one of the things that brings me back to the game. There's not a lot of games that demonstrate both a seamless and intuitive transition from flight to hover and back, coupled with some fun abilities that can combo, alongside rewarding combat. The combat became more interesting, however, once I ventured away from the default Ranger Javelin. I say this because the way you play the different javelins really do matter. My preferred javelin is the Storm, which is basically the mage of the 4 javelins, and specializes in crowd control and heavy area effect damage from a long distance. Because of this, the Storm is generally more suited for longer range guns, such as marksman rifles and sniper rifles. Though of course, you can alter this depending on the abilities and the components you equip. I use an assault rifle and a marksman rifle on mine, along with armor and shield components to make my Storm less squishy, for example. I do want to echo the same sentiments from others who said that they wish there were more variances in loot available, but I'm still enjoying the game despite that, and have since found some favorites, like the Defender assault rifle. After playing it for so many hours over the past week, I can honestly say that I'm actually enjoying the game for the many reasons I've enjoyed BioWare games in the past. And while it's okay to not agree with many of the opinions out there, I realize that it's often very difficult to separate your experience from the prevailing thought. At the end of the day, the reason for playing Anthem, and not just Anthem, but any other game out there, is up to you. As it stands right now, I can honestly say that Anthem is not for everyone, and while I risk being called out, saying I'm understating the game's issues, that's not really the point of this video. However, I'm no fortune teller, and we've yet to see what lies in store for Anthem in the future. After all, a live service lives and dies by how well the developers can adapt, fix bugs, and please its community. The further success of this game is in BioWare's hands, and how fast they'll be able to address the community's concerns. I can only tell you that despite these issues, I am still having fun with the game, and that's perfectly okay. I will tell you this, I've no doubt my best friend Chris would have enjoyed Anthem, and frankly, there are several reasons to continue enjoying it, and that just goes for any game you get, regardless of what anyone says. That's really what this video is truly about. And as far as Anthem goes,
you should just give up.
Give up? Yeah, not what I do. Good.
Thanks for watching this video. If you like what you watched, please consider supporting me by liking and sharing the video, posting a comment, and subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you won't miss any of my new videos. Also, follow me on Twitter at @MyBacklogBattle for the latest updates on upcoming videos, or to just chat about video games. Thanks for stopping by, and let's all have fun playing video games.